How narcissists hide behind kindness. It always starts the same way. A charming smile, a thoughtful favor, a perfectly timed compliment that feels like it was made just for you. And maybe it was. But what if kindness isn't the beginning of something healthy, but is actually bait? In this video, we'll talk about how narcissists use kindness as camouflage and the strange, subtle ways they stay hidden in plain sight. 1. They use generosity like a contract you never signed. At first, it seems harmless. They offer to help you move. They treat you to dinner. They insist you lean on them when life gets chaotic. But what you don't realize is that these acts of kindness are laced with invisible ink. To them, generosity is never free. It's a handshake you didn't know meant, now you owe me. The moment you try to set a boundary, suddenly you're ungrateful. They won't say it out loud, but you'll feel it in the way they withdraw warmth or give you that look like you just broke some secret rule. Their kindness wasn't kindness. It was credit, and now it's time to pay up. 2. They disguise control as concern. You say you're going out with friends. They smile and say, just be careful. You know how those people can get. You mention a new job opportunity, and they tilt their head. Are you sure you're ready for that kind of stress? It sounds sweet. It sounds thoughtful. But underneath, it's a way to plant seeds of doubt. Narcissists don't always control through volume or threats. They control through nudges wrapped in worry. They chip away at your independence with phrases that sound like care, but smell like fear. And by the time you second-guess yourself, they've already won. 3. They mirror your dreams to earn your trust. You talk about wanting to travel, and suddenly they've always wanted to backpack across Europe. You mention your favorite book, and they just so happen to have read it. Twice. It feels magical, like fate. But this isn't connection, it's strategy. Narcissists use mirroring not to bond, but to gain access. The more they reflect back what you love, the more you open up, the more you share, the more you soften. And when they've studied you enough, that's when the mirroring stops, and the manipulation begins. 4. They weaponize apologies as proof of their goodness. When they hurt you, and they will, their apologies sound flawless, polished, maybe even poetic. They might cry. They might say exactly what you needed to hear. And for a moment, you feel seen. But watch closely. Does the behavior actually change? Narcissists don't apologize to repair. They apologize to reset. Not to make you feel better, but to reestablish their image as the good one. It's not guilt driving them. It's reputation management. And that's why, despite the apology, the pattern never breaks. 5. They recruit your empathy before you notice the red flags. Early on, they'll tell you a story. Something painful, something personal, a betrayal, a tragic childhood, a moment of deep vulnerability. And your heart, it opens. That's the plan. Because now, any odd behavior they show later, the mood swings, the gaslighting, the passive aggression, it gets filtered through that initial sob story. You excuse it. You rationalize. They've been through so much, you tell yourself. But the story wasn't shared to connect. It was shared to disarm you, to ensure your empathy silences your instincts. 6. They use small kindnesses to cancel out big cruelties. You catch them lying. You feel emotionally bulldozed after a conversation. You spend a night crying over something they said. But then, they bring you coffee the next morning. They text, just thinking about you. They make you laugh. And suddenly, the bad thing from yesterday feels blurry. That's how they keep you stuck. Not by being terrible all the time, but by giving just enough warmth to confuse your sense of reality. Narcissists don't need to be saints. They just need to be slightly better than your worst moment with them. And that bar is low for a reason.